This is Daz's Hooligan, and today I have a very, very cool prop called Twitching Banshee. She was originally from 2015. She was sold all the way up until 2017, but during 2017 she was only online, and I'm so happy they brought her back for the 2024 season because I've been trying to get her since she came out, and she is one of my favorite props from the 2015 year. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I have everything laid out on the table, and she does have some pretty interesting parts that I haven't seen on a lot of different animatronics, like these little, almost like wing pieces on the base. So you put these into the little brackets on the side of the base, and it actually provides support so she doesn't fall over, because she's 6 feet tall and she's thrashing around. She will, topple over if she doesn't have extra support at her base, which I've never seen those on props before, at least any of the ones I've had. So I thought that was very interesting and a very good thing that they added, because you wouldn't want your prop falling over in the middle of her activation. And here are her hands. They seem like a better quality than the most of the older props hands. There's a lot of ones that use a similar sculpt, but I don't know what it is. This plastic, it almost feels a little bit more secure than a lot of those different plastic hands that props like the Towering Clown use, but I don't know if it is a different plastic or not. It just feels a lot more secure and not going to break. Here are pulls. She has 4 pulls, and they all look exactly the same. Here's her mechanism, her waist piece, sensor, control box, and here's her head. Her head is actually really, really detailed. On the website, it doesn't look as detailed as it actually is, but it looks really, really good. There's a really great sculpt in the teeth. I love how the eyes are sculpted, and it's a very proportionate head to the body, and it looks really good flopping around because her jaw moves, and there's a spring in the head, similar to the Gravestone Ghoul and a lot of the other twitching props. And then here's her clothing. So, without further ado, let's get right into the setup. I have everything on the floor now, and these are the pieces I was talking about at the beginning of looking through everything on the table. And all they do is they go right on the sides of this base, and you kind of have to stretch it out and then push it in like that. And then it just provides a lot more support to the base than just it would have been without them because of her movement. And then you grab these 2 pieces right here, and they go in right here and in like that. And then you do the same thing with these. And now I'll get the hip mechanism, and that just goes on like so. And all these twitching props, they have a very similar mechanism. It's typically in the waist, just like that. And now I'm going to put her dress on. Let's see, that's the top. So that I can put this piece on just before I put the hip loop on, so then I can get it on just a tad bit easier. Let's see. I do really like the material her dress is made out of. I find it very, almost like ghost-like, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for when they made her. She has a lot of weathering that I wouldn't expect on a spirit prop. Most retailers have a little bit of a problem weathering their clothing, but this one has a really nice pattern. I think it's attributed by the creepy cloth, just giving it a very creepy look to it. Very ghastly. Let's see. Here we go. And now I can put on her chest piece. And she is backwards, so I can just flip her right around. And now she's the right way around. Let's see. Here we are. Just now. You can kind of flip this around as well. Let's see. And then while you don't have too much on, I would suggest putting on the sensor in the collar. Just like that. And now you can put on her arms, which they go in like most do, and they can just easily slip right on through the, this is the left hand. Her setup is one of the easier setups from this year, which I do like, because if you're taking down and setting up, it's just really easy to do that quickly. And with such a surprising mechanism, or not surprising mechanism, but a simple mechanism, it's very surprising how well her movement is with all the movement of the head and the arms. Let's see. Get this piece in. And then you can just do the same thing you did with the other arm and put that right there, and then pull down all of the extra sleeve that got kind of caught in the arm. Let's see. There we go. Just like that. Now, for the last piece, we have the head. And it does tend to get caught in the spring, but you can kind of, all the hair right there, get all in the spring. So you can kind of get it out of there. And if you want it to not get stuck while she's actually moving, you can just simply put a little scarf or something around her neck, and it shouldn't get in the way of it moving or anything. And it will actually look pretty good like that. And now all I have to do is fix up her costume a little bit, plug in all the things, and that will be into the demo. As you saw in the demo, she has a very creepy and almost uncanny movement, the way her head, kind of bobbles around and her jaw moves and her arms kind of like twist and turn. And she has a very shrill scream. It kind of cuts through you. And I think if you put her at the end of a hallway, you can make her, people won't really expect how she moves or what she does. Especially if you have those IR sensors that, like, I think it's called a IR tripwire sensor. And they're very useful for props like this, that they don't necessarily have a jump scare. and you can trigger them from kind of far away, so it kind of scares them. So they have to walk closer to this weird, like, Banshee. And she's going to be great in various themes. She's very usable just because she's simple. She has good concept. She screams. She looks almost ghastly, and you can use her in a graveyard, an attic, a basement, like a boiler room, even like a school as a teacher or something. Very dynamic of what you can use her for, yet very like simple concept, but because it's so simple, it can scare a lot of people easily. This was Jazz Hooligan. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe because I do a lot of videos like this. And please leave a comment if you want me to see me review anything from any of the companies, and tell me what you thought about the Screaming Banshee. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.